we come to you on this Sunday night here on the west side of Chicago, the Fifth Third Arena, the practice facility of the Chicago Blackhawks, as tonight it is our CCHL game of the week. Tonight it's the Mustangs of St. Rita against the Wolfpack of St. Ignatius. Good Sunday night to wherever you may be tuning in. Alongside my partner, Wes Anderson, I'm Ryan Fahey. The standings as is for tonight coming into action. The Wolfpack still at the top of the CCHL, 12-1 overall, 24 points on the season so far. For the Mustangs, they sit sixth with a record of 4-5-2 as we get set for puck drop between these two CCHL rivals. We'll be shortly sending it down to our guy down on the benches in Max Anderson. But before we do that, Wes, I'm going to turn it over to you. We just saw the Wolfpack not that long ago, and a bit of a shocking loss, we can say, that they took back on Thursday night. Yeah,
definitely looking to get back to what they know is their A game, and they're going to have to do without two of their key pieces, Corbin Klein and Charlie Reif. We know Coach Spencer Montgomery is going to look to that depth for them to really provide some offense.
To the bench level we go as Max Anderson stands by with Mustangs head coach Brian Goldman. Max, take it away.
Thank you, Ryan. Really appreciate it. Coach, you guys are coming off a 2-2 tie against Bennett. You skated with them well. They were flying high off a win over this Ignatius team. What can you bring from that game into this one?
We got to bring the intensity that we had last night. You know, we forechecked, backchecked hard. We got to the net. We found a way to bang in some rebound goals. We need to do that tonight.
The first time you guys played Ignatius, you lost 3-2, but tied going into the third period, really skated with them the entire game. What's the key that you picked from that game to bring into this one?
You know, it's so long ago, and, you know, teams change that. It's just about how we play. You know, they're a strong team, and we got to defend, and we got to minimize our mistakes and capitalize on our opportunities. But, you know, I think it gives our guys a little bit of a mindset that, hey, if we go hard and bring it, you know, maybe our best is good enough to hang with them.
Ignatius is without two of their top players, in Charlie Reif and Corbin Klein tonight. How do you try to take advantage of missing some of those key players for them?
We're missing guys too, you know, and that's just sort of high school hockey. You're always down guys. You know, and they're a deep program. They won both the JV and varsity last year, so I'm sure the next guys up are ready to go, and we hope that our next guys up are ready to go.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck. Ryan?
Max, thanks so much. And, you know, he just mentioned it, that there's some people out for both Ignatius and the Mustangs of St. Rita, respectively. And for those Mustangs, you look back to when these two teams faced each other back on October 20th. It was a tight game, 3-2. You may see the separation in the standings, but it's still going to be a close battle with these two teams here tonight.
Yeah, you talk about the separation in the standings. Something interesting taking into this is that the Mustangs, they've scored the first goal in 8 of the last 10 games that they've played. So it's a team that likes to get out of a quick start. They just need to be able to finish games like tonight.
As the warm-up clock finally hits its triple zeros, we will get set for opening puck drop here in our CCHL game of the week. It'll be the Wolfpack. As you see, they're in the home black jerseys with the gold numbers and outline to correlate. Very color-friendly for what I'm looking
Very
for.
Snazzy.
I would say so. And then, of course, the Mustangs in the road whites with the red and blue trim and the navy blue numbers and letters to correlate. And if you look back, too, for that matchup that when these two teams last saw each other back on October 20th, a chunk of those goal scorers that we saw from both St. Ignatius and St. Rita, they're out. So there's going to be that new fresh blood to see who can make that impact here, especially for the Mustangs in a pivotal matchup to try to move up still in those CCHL rankings.
Ryan, you heard Coach Coleman talk about that depth that Ignatius has, and it's likewise for the Mustangs too. This has to be the mentality of next guy up, and they're going to look to a new face to try and provide some offense here tonight.
Guys, and this is an especially interesting moment for Ignatius. They've had so much success last season, first part of this season, starting 12-0, losing that championship game against New Trier, losing tonight against Bennett in a row. Talking to Coach Spencer Montgomery before the game, he was really looking to see how they'd respond, get back to the game that they're used to playing, that puck possession, aggressive playing style. A big one here tonight on the St. Ignatius side to get back on track.
So for the Wolfpack in goal tonight, it'll be it's going to be Cole Jackson for the Wolfpack. He's had 4 starts this year, making his 5th tonight, having a .177 goals allowed average and an .818 save percentage to correlate in just over 203 minutes of ice time played this year. And for the Mustangs, it'll be A.J. Petrulius making his 13th start on the year with a .901 save percentage and a .222 goals allowed average on the season. And as we get set here for our 17-minute periods of action, what do you want to see initially from both sides to begin this first period of play?
From the Mustangs, just another strong start, like I mentioned before. Got to really come out, keep it simple. They are without some of their best players tonight, so keep it simple. Go in the first period, and then on the opposite side, the Wolfpack really just need to get back to their game. They're coming off their first loss of the season in league play, and they just really need to get back to their A game.
Again, we had our 17-minute periods of action here in CCHL hockey. There will not be any re-icing between period 1, and there will just be a few minutes of a breather in between said periods until we do have the re-icing to begin period number 3. The Wolfpack, St. Ignatius right to left, Mustangs left to right on your screen, and we are underway here on this Sunday night at Fifth Third Arena. As the Wolfpack now have it on the left side of neutral ice, it'll be shot quickly back down in, and covering up quickly will be Petrulius, and we'll have a quick stoppage 12 seconds in.
Yeah, we see already right off the face-off 12 seconds in, just getting pucks on net, trying to keep things simple like I mentioned. Just a great start for the Wolfpack so far.
Victor Ventura wins the face-off at the left wing circle for the Wolfpack as it caroms to the far boards. Still stays in the Mustang zone momentarily before they eventually will try to have it reset at neutral ice. Harkins was in a 1-on-5 predicament there going into the St. Ignatius zone, lost it as it's a turnover back the other way with patience there. That shot wide from Ventura, and a quick stop there again. Petrulius not letting a lot of rebounds and other chances here early on, just 38 seconds in. He wants to stop it and get that reset button for his team. Yeah,
we see it take a interesting hop off the backboards there. Good on him to freeze that down. That's a iffy play. Can hit off that pads, easily go in the net, so great reactionary save there. Great on him to freeze that down and get a whistle here for his team.
Over the last couple of games, that kid line we've talked about on the CCHL network been broken up a couple of times based on injury and setup. That line is back together tonight. That's a big key for this team. They've been really crucial for Ignatius all season long.
Yep, that'll be Austin Haynes, Tiernan Ryan, and Michael Hollub. That line that Max is referring to as we get a stoppage and a stop made there by the netminder and Cole Jackson for the Wolfpack. 16:07 to play. Still here in our opening period. We've had quite a few stoppages with the netminders so far, respectively, in our first minute.
Both netminders just trying to ease their way into the game. Some easy shots for them just to feel the puck early on, try and settle in this game.
As on that faceoff, we talk about it with this kid line. Ryan did not win that faceoff for the Wolfpack. As this one comes around to the board's clockwise side of the near end. And out at neutral ice, the Wolfpack will gain possession, and it's brought in on the left wing area. Ryan rings it up to the point. This one is slapped back in, but no black jerseys around, and it comes back out to neutral ice once again. Have not seen any, I've only seen one shot on goal respectively here early on. There's a collision there right in front of us down below, and a lost stick in the process, and it's a breakaway opportunity. It's the kid line, a 2-on-0, and a stop made with the left pad by the netminder and A.J. Petrulius.
Great save by the Mustang netminder. Not often do you see a 2-on-0 this early in the game. Just a bad change by the Mustangs, something they need to clear up here going forward.
That was Ryan to Haynes on that breakaway chance. Haynes just couldn't get it over that left pad, and now on the other side, it's the Mustangs and a possible 3-on-1 shot on it, and that one was initially hit off of a rebound attempt there from Cole Jackson. Hit off of his chest, couldn't corral it in as play still continues on back into the Mustang zone. Left off momentarily to the near corner, shot in towards the net, and that one hit off of the right skate there of Petrulius. As this one will be rang around the boards to the far corner. This is a Mustangs team that you don't see a lot of offensive firepower. Danny Byrne, the leading goal scorer with 7 on the year, followed by a defenseman in Nolan Malley. Not often do you see a defenseman kind of be second on a team in goal scoring on a season, but that's what the Mustangs have had so far this year with the 4-5-2 record they sport coming into tonight, ranking 6th in the CCHL.
We talked to head coach Coleman about how they have to grind out to get those hard goals in front of the net, a lot of pucks on net to give themselves as many opportunities to get the puck behind the netminder.
For Petrulius, it's a big early test for him, the 2-on-0 stop. He's the key in net for the St. Rita team. If they want to come in here and upset this Ignatius team, he's going to be really important tonight. Likely the St. Rita side's going to get outshot. Ignatius is going to control the puck more. Petrulius is going to have to be huge in keeping the game even.
Colin Chinlin on the faceoff for the Wolfpack. And then eventually that was won by Brendan Harkins for the Mustangs on that left wing circle draw. Harkins will look to flip it out of his own zone. He can. That one intercepted at the point, and it still stays in the Mustangs' end. Harkins bodied up along the boards, looking to chase for it down by the near corner momentarily for the Wolfpack. Look at that was Haynes once again. Shot in that one that was deflected wide. Or rather correct myself, that was Danny Heidkamp, 23 in black. This one shot it from the far point, and a redirect there goes just wide to the near corner. That was Mick Gilbert, 16 in black. As he looked to center it, a couple bodies deflected out in front. Some sticks are there in the center. But that one eventually will come out to neutral ice. In the midst of a change for the Mustangs, Wolfpack looked for the counter on the backhand. Changed to the forehand last second there, but not a lot doing out. An easy stop made as we go back the other way, off into the Wolfpack end. Quick turnover there, and having to make a quick stop on that was Jackson, as that one was not able to be cleared, as the Mustangs will still keep it in. Off to the point. It switches to the far side. Shot initially was whiffed on, and eventually it'll just be backhanded back deep. Centering shot, or pass rather, from Jedlicka found nobody in white. Instead it comes back out now to neutral ice. Wolfpack with an opportunity there in that one. Petrulius, I don't think he was kind of waiting for maybe a little bit longer than what he wanted to, and he just got his right shoulder to make the deflection on it. So I don't want to say he wasn't paying attention, but I don't think he expected that shot to be so point blank and on him.
It looks like he might have had a screen from his own defenseman, the forward there for the Wolfpack, using his own defenseman almost as a screen, snuck up on him pretty quick.
Initially the offsides arm had gone up, but then it was eventually put back down. So far, 4 shots to 3 in favor of the Wolfpack, and that one eventually just having to swallow that one up was Cole Jackson, and we'll have a reset face-off forthcoming. But just 5 minutes in, your opening impressions of what we've seen so far from both sides.
Both teams have had great opportunities in transition. We see that 2-on-0, and Petrulius makes a good save, and almost immediately right after that, it's a 3-on-1, coming back on Cole Jackson, and both goalies early have been very sharp, something that I think is going to be a theme throughout this game.
Well, that one actually hits off the official off of his right skate. Stayed in the zone momentarily. As Jackson will stick that one aside. And that one, that rung along the top of the boards there for a bit. And eventually it comes back out now to neutral ice, right in front of Max. Look out down there, my friend.
Yeah, Max, might need to get you a glove down there so you can stay alive.
I've learned from the best in Wes Anderson. I think I'm going to be all right down here.
I appreciate that, buddy.
This one back in behind the net. Couple of sticks around the center pass. Look out for that flying stick. Yeah, a lot of chaos happening here the last 30 seconds or so. As this one will squib still on in right near the crease area, but eventually the Mustangs will get it out to neutral ice, and the Wolfpack will reset in their own zone. Wholesale change for the Mustangs. As the Wolfpack will look to send it ahead, but that's going to be missed at neutral ice. And I was going to say a stick deflected at the center line, so no icing called. We play on.
Looks like Austin Haynes got a stick on that right after our center line here.
He's part of that aforementioned kid line that we were speaking with head coach Spencer Montgomery about before the game here tonight. And almost an entire run over there by Jack Reiner, who was initially suspended last time out for a prior game misconduct, so he's back in the action tonight. And, of course, these are teams that are down some bodies due to illness and injury, so whoever you can have back on your side of things is certainly going to be appreciated nonetheless, as both teams not at full capacity coming into our CCHL game of the week tonight. And that one's going to be deflected back out to neutral ice and sent back into the Wolfpack zone as we approach 10 minutes to go here in our opening period, still scoreless. That one shot to the far side and down, and nobody home, and that will go for an icing.
Guys, this has been a perfect start for St. Rita. Other than that 1-2-0 that Petrulis came up big on, settling into this game, not a ton of shots, not a ton of activity. The longer they can just settle into this game, skate up and down the ice with Ignatius, the better chance they have of getting the upset here tonight. Yeah,
Max, to your point there, they had that one good opportunity on that 3-on-1, and ever since then they've been able to kind of ease into this game as the Wolfpack have thrown a lot towards Petrulis down to our left here.
Colin Chinlin won the faceoff for the Wolfpack as they bring it into the Mustang zone. Shot there, and a stop made by Petrulius. That one was a low one, but an easy one for him to make.
Easy one for him to make, and the key there is there's no rebound. There's a little trailer coming in the slot there. There's no rebound, no second chance. Able to get a whistle for his team. It looks like they needed to make a change anyway, so good on him to freeze that down.
Right wing circle draw off that save from Petrulius, who we mentioned has a .901 save percentage coming into action tonight, making his 13th start on the year.
Backbone of this team, started every game for this Mustang squad.
Yep, had logged 588 minutes so far coming into action tonight. As this one was deflected on back, and here come the Wolfpack the other way. And almost a breakaway opportunity there for Chinlin, but he got a stick from behind. Credit there to Luke Maher, number 22, to stop that one from developing any further. And now it's the Wolfpack still keeping it into the zone for the Mustangs, and there was an injury for the Wolfpack, it looked like, as well as there was a player that had to exit. We'll get more on that in just a second, as this one trying to be rung around, still staying in the Wolfpack zone momentarily. And they'll still keep it on the right wing and shot around counterclockwise behind the net. And to clarify a little bit more for that one specifically, that was Mick Gilbert, 16 in black, that kind of slowly got off on the ice there.
Looks like he might have taken a slash as that play started to develop down in the Mustangs' defensive zone. He went over hunched. You couldn't really tell, especially from our vantage point, what was happening there. So we get a replay here. We just see the Mustangs firing pucks from any point really on the ice, trying to test Jackson here early. We talked to Coach Coleman earlier about how they didn't have to get as many opportunities of getting that puck on net, and we see that there in that replay.
Of course, our great director, Jimmy Moore, and Matt Boudin on our cameras tonight. Of course, Max Anderson down on the ice level. Wes Anderson up top with me here. I'm Ryan Fahey with you for our CCHL Game of the Week here on the CCHL Network. Glad you could join us on this Sunday night here on the west side of Chicago at the Fifth Third Arena. The practice facility of the Chicago Blackhawks is where we are at tonight. As up along the far corner, still staying in the Mustang zone. It skitters out for a shot, and that one just went across the blue paint and wide. That one not really threatening too much, as the Mustangs do get a turnover here. They might have a 3-on-2, but instead this one is just going to be dumped in, as the Mustangs will, some of them will go off for a change. This one deflected in off for a centering pass, but no one was home. Back to neutral ice, and the Mustangs will try to reset and regroup, as this one is dumped back in once again, as now the Wolfpack go off for a change.
Looks like Ryan Mancini didn't know that he had an odd man break there, just fired that puck in. He was deep in on that shift. He saw as soon as he fired that puck and went for a change, so something as adjustment for the Mustangs going forward.
It's back to the kid line for the Wolfpack of Holub, Ryan, and Haynes. Out there for the Wolfpack. As this one back at neutral ice. Mustangs now get it right back, looking for a shot. That one deflected wide and off to the far corner. And the Wolfpack gain possession back, and a nice pass off the boards to himself. Tanner Ryan, it's a 2-on-1. He shoots in that one just far wide to his left. Still into the Mustang zone, and eventually now back out to neutral ice. But what an opportunity there for part of that kid line. We just talked about it in Tyrion Ryan.
And if he would have put that on net, guys, that would have been a goal. He had a good quarter net open to shoot it. He just missed it.
This one hit off of the boards and into the area for Petrulius, who will stop and have the reset with 6:51 to go. Still no score here in period one.
Ryan, talk about the broadcasters doing their homework. This kid line's been all over this Mustangs defense. And Max, you had a great vantage point down there. Petrulius out on top of his crease, but like you said, if that puck's maybe 3 or 4 inches lower, I think that goes bar down, and the Wolfpack are up 1-0 here with 6 minutes left.
And I think that shift was much closer to what Spencer Montgomery's looking for. He's really pushing his guys to get on the forecheck, get the pressure much higher and harder on St. Rita right now. Thinks their life is way too easy. Wants to play a little bit more physical, more forecheck.
Pucked out of the near corner and rung around towards the left point. And eventually the Mustangs will get themselves out of it, as this one is looked to be flipped ahead into the Wolfpack end. 6:35 to go here in our opening period. We are still scoreless. Shots on goal 5-4 in favor of the St. Ignatius Wolfpack, who again sit at the top of the CCHL with a 12-1 record on the season. And a shot there was blocked out in front, looking for the centering, attempted some fancy stick moves, and a goal on top of it, and it's the Wolfpack that strike first with 6:16 to go here in period one.
Guys, look like Jack Perot tried to do a little lacrosse-style move there missed. I couldn't tell which forward actually ended up picking up that puck, but a great shot to beat Perot, or excuse me. As we see on the replay here, Perot goes for the lacrosse-style goal, pops out to number 25. Andrew Lannon in front, and he just buries it glove side on AJ Petrulis. And guys, the Wolfpack, what a start here with 6 minutes left in the first period, all over this Wolfpack defense.
And make that the first goal and point of the season for Andrew Lannon on top of it, too.
And guys, you could feel a bit of a sigh of relief on the Wolfpack bench. You could feel the tension starting to build a little bit here on the bench. Just went in, the whole bench just kind of took a breath.
For Landon, it's only his third game of the year he's played out of the prior 13 coming into tonight. So nice to see. It was mentioned there's going to be some members of the Wolfpack not playing tonight due to whether it's illness or injury, and it was going to be kind of that next man up mentality, and you're seeing it right then and there.
Ryan, you took the words right out of my mouth. Spencer.
And a miscue back on the Wolfpack end. Jackson, I think, just lost sight of where the puck was. He seemed a little discombobulated. He was maybe trying to do one thing and think about another, and that happened so quickly right off of that. Just like that, we're tied at 1.
Yeah, looks like he goes back to play the puck.
It just skidded behind him.
Rides up on his stick and pops out right into the middle of the crease. That's just an easy tap-in for number 11 in white, Frank Consiglio. What did the boys say to call him?
So they asked me to do this. I'm going to do it. So Kazi Bear gets the goal for St. Rita. They're tied at 1 with St. Ignatius, and I hope I get some brownie points on the broadcast for that from our viewers.
Yeah, we were talking to them earlier, and I forget what player told us to say that, but good on you, Ryan, to get that.
I believe that we were talking to Richie Glenke earlier. That's who told me that. So, Richie, that one's for you and the Mustangs, faithful that are watching this tonight. I did it. I got it, and I was able to get it out of the way early on top of it. I didn't have to wait all game to do it.
Glad we got it out in the first period, but what a response here. Even just like a harmless dump-in by the Mustangs leads to a goal.
And now here they come on a breakaway opportunity, and that one rifled past the glove side of Jackson. It's Maher. It's 2-1 Mustangs.
And who else but the Mustangs' leading goal scorer, number 22 in white, Luke Maher. His 4th goal of the season gives his team an early lead here with 5 minutes left in the first period. And Max, you talked about the sigh of relief that the Wolfpack had after getting that first goal, and it seems within about 30 or 40 seconds that has completely changed.
Yeah, there's a little bit of wide eyes down here on the bench. They're a little bit frustrated. Can't quite believe the way that St. Rita is able to come right back and take a lead like that. They're trying to get it together.
Yeah, what a turnaround we have had, as Wes, you mentioned in the last minute. Why is it that when we do games together, we always have these weird quick turnarounds of goals and this offensive firepower that just sprouts out of nowhere?
Yeah, it happened when we were doing the DePaul game a couple days ago where there were 3 or 4 goals in about 30 seconds, and I don't know, I guess the players like to perform when we're doing the call, and it makes for a better broadcast.
Yeah, I went back and checked that. It was 3 goals in 37 seconds.
Yeah, I think Mike, our partner there, Mike Doherty, said 35. But yeah, it was something quick along the lines of that. But yeah, what a bunch of dramatics here in the first 12 minutes.
And the funny thing is that you pointed out how if it was a slower paced style of play on the side of the Mustangs, that was what's going to favor them throughout period 1 and onward through this night. But now when the tempo's been picked up, St. Rita's been able to answer with that said tempo.
They've been able to skate with the Wolfpack, something that I don't think any of the 3 of us thought they would be able to do, but they look fast, they look fierce, and they look determined right now.
There is a definite pep in the step, and I'm saying that with a lack of a better term, but nonetheless, it's 2-1 Mustangs, 4:35 to go. Centered there. Shot was blocked out in front. That would have been another dangerous opportunity. As that one getting the block on that with the right leg was Owen Ray for the Wolfpack, as this one is rung around the board's clockwise side. Up to the near point. Shot in, and that one making an easy glove save was Cole Jackson.
You can see this Mustang team is starting to believe. You can hear the stick taps on the bench with even just getting a simple puck through to the goalie, and they're starting to really feel it right now. And Max, I don't know how the tempo is or the feel is on the bench down there for the Wolfpack, but I think Spencer Montgomery, head coach of the Wolfpack, is definitely going to be talking to his team, making some adjustments here in the first intermission.
You just said Knights because the jerseys remind you of the Golden Knights, don't they?
Well, and Spencer Knight is the starting goalie for the Florida Panthers. I think that's where my mind just went. I've been watching too much hockey in between all this.
point, Wes, on the coaching staff side, they're very calm, cool, and collected. They've had a clear message to their team, and they know what they have to do. Message has been hammered home, and they're just waiting for them to do it. There's not a whole lot of screaming and yelling or a lot of animated action behind the bench. They just know they need to skate harder, get the pressure on St. Rita.
The initial face-off one there just outside the Mustang zone. This is a Wolfpack. They're 4-1 in their last 5. They've outscored their opponents in the last 5, 22-10, as that goes down for an icing. And it's been the complete day and night script for how these teams have come into tonight with the Mustangs, them being 0-3-2 in their last 5.
Yeah, you talk about the stat of how well this Wolfpack team's been able to outscore their opponents. They've been doing that without their top guy, Corbin Klein, which just goes to show the depth of this team in black here tonight and how well they can just have that next guy up mentality.
Yeah, you're out 2 players who have combined for 22 points on the season. Klein has 7 goals, 4 assists, and Reef has 6 goals, 5 assists. So you are losing a lot of that offensive firepower coming into tonight. And the only 2 other players that are in double digits in terms of points is Colin Chinlin and Victor Ventura, both with 14 and 10 respectively.
Yeah, we talk about how big Corbin Klein is. He's only played 5 games, and he has 11 points, clicking at over a 2-point-per-game pace. And you know that's felt deeply sometimes when this team needs to start get going here in terms of the Wolfpack side. And like Max said, the coaching staff for the Wolfpack, cool, calm, and collected. They know they've got a lot of depth, and they really just have to get back to their game.
This one's still sticking around in the Wolfpack end, having a little bit of initial trouble getting it out, and now it's at neutral ice. As that one, a great stop there along the boards on the far side. That was Jack Willett, number 20, and we get a whistle and a stoppage of play. The net came off its moorings on the Mustangs' end of things as the puck was coming back down the other way. As play is stopped with 2:55 to go here in period 1, still 2-1 St. Rita.
Yeah, I think that was a great no call by the refs right there. It looked like that could have been a bit of a roughing, but just a great positional play by the Mustangs defender to really just move the Wolfpack player off the puck there. We got some great tunes here in the arena.
I see Max bobbing along down there on the benches. Did you plug in the aux cord with your phone?
I wish.
That would be a pretty smooth move. I don't know that's what I would have been playing, but
or he took over the touch tunes as I think that's the new thing nowadays with the music at public places, isn't it? Touch tunes.
Something like that, right?
Okay.
You can.
I'm trying to keep up with the times.
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. You can pay for some tunes.
We've got our official music consultant on the CCHL network, Mike Doherty, so we'll have to consult him with all the bar tunes.
Don't gas him up like that.
I'm sure we may get a message about that later. Maybe we'll get some song requests later on as we go along.
I mean, that kid can play the guitar like nobody's business, so
okay.
he is the official.
That could be an intermission show that we do at one point.
Yeah.
There's your on-air production meeting, by the way.
Not just the guitar, voice of an angel.
Oh, yeah.
As we go on our tunes conversation, we get a whistle, and there was a penalty on top of it. So the Mustangs are now going to go on the power play. The penalty is going to go against Jack Reiner, number 12. Get one more look at it from here, Wes.
Jimmy the Wiz with a great replay, and it looks like that might have been behind the play. I couldn't really tell what he might have gotten flagged for, but Mustangs got a great opportunity here to add another goal here, go up 2 going into the first intermission, and really just have all that momentum going into the first intermission.
We'll get the announcement in a second for what the penalty's for, but
penalty, number 12, Jack Reiner. 2 minutes for roughing.
So it was a roughing. So I think to your point, though, Wes, it was behind the play from what we were initially looking at where the puck was. As this one, now the Mustangs on the power play for another minute 40 with 1:43 to go on the game clock, so about a 3-second difference game clock to power play time. As this one bodied up along the boards on the near corner off the Wolfpack. That was Chinlin saying, no, sir, not tonight. As this one sent back all the way down on a clearance. And this one going to stay in. The possession of the Wolfpack. Puck still there just off the corner of the blue paint. Oh, what an opportunity for St. Ignatius, shorthanded, but couldn't get enough black jerseys out there for support. As this one, the Mustangs will go off and reset for a change. Got to be careful, though, for too many men. You can kind of hear the audible gasp on top of it, Wes Anderson.
Luke Mayer's great awareness not to touch that puck until that.
I was just going to say, Wes, I was doing the math in real time, and I think the refs got it right.
Yeah.
Minute remaining in the period. The Wolfpack will keep it back out to neutral ice. 49 to go on this power play still for St. Rita. Off the roughing call, a 2-minute one that was given to Jack Reiner. As the Mustangs bring it back in on the near corner. 40 seconds to go. 36 now on the power play for the Mustangs still remaining. And the Wolfpack clear and send it back down. Sent to the far side. And again, there was that change there. It could have also been a case for nearly too many men, but nobody touched it. So that's twice now we've seen a possible call like that for this Mustangs team when they've been trying to make this change with the man advantage.
Twice we've seen that. Third time that this Mustangs have had sloppy line changes. We saw that 2-on-0 was because of a bad line change as well. It's something that they're going to have a talk about here in this first intermission.
As the final seconds tick on down, that penalty is over. Both teams are at full strength as we end period 1. Goals from the Kazi Bear, Frank Consiglio and Luke Maher are the difference for St. Rita over the Wolfpack 2-1 after 1 period of play. Andrew Landon with that goal as well for St. Ignatius. And again, we don't do the re-icing going into period 2. We only have about 75 seconds remaining to talk before we go to period 2. So that being said, I'll go to you for this one to talk more about St. Ignatius. Max, kind of overhearing what's going on with St. Rita right now. So from the Wolfpack's perspective, a surprising opening 17 minutes of how it started versus how it finished.
Yeah, I would say they dominated really for the first, I wouldn't say 12-ish minutes of that. You had one gap from your goaltender, and you could really just feel all that momentum go over the Mustang side. But if you're Coach Spencer Montgomery, you're happy with your way their team started. Generated a lot of chances early, had a few odd man opportunities, and they just need to capitalize right now. So it's a lot of more of the same. You're going to clear up those gaps from the goaltender going forward. You know that's not going to happen again. So you just got to keep that confidence that you played with the first 12 minutes, and you know that eventually you're going to put more pucks in the net.
Both teams at the Magic 8 ball for shots on goal, respectively, after 1 period of play. As again, a bit of a interesting start to a finish. And Max, you were down there kind of listening to St. Rita. What are they saying as they're trying to get set for period 2 with this goal lead?
I'm impressed by the message, frankly. Not satisfied, right? Up 2-1. Satisfied with just that 1 goal lead. They feel like they could be up by 2 or 3 goals with the way they're playing. So they're hungry. They know they need more.
Thank you, Max, for the perspective down on the ice as both teams now set to get back out there for period 2. They'll be switching sides. It'll be the Wolfpack going left to right on your screen, Mustangs right to left. And again, really one of the big gaps that we saw in that first period from the Ignatius side was kind of the lack of awareness that we saw from the netminder and Cole Jackson, because the one where he was just trying to do a simple clear around, he somehow managed to lose it off of his stick, and it went behind his right skate, and an easy goal for the Mustangs.
Right, when we saw on another dump-in that he missed the puck completely, so you know that his confidence with his stick handling ability right now probably isn't at its highest, and something that as the game goes along, you kind of build your confidence with that a little bit, and it's something that I know is definitely on the minds of the Mustang staff of, dump that puck and see what happens, and maybe you can get another greasy goal.
Period 2 now underway. And again, there's just an extra pep in this Mustang step as that one was almost shot out of the air in towards net. Off the side of the Mustangs and Richie Glenke. As that one stole in the near corner and lost for a moment, but the Wolfpack will settle. And they'll look to clear. That one canceled out momentarily, and now the Wolfpack will have some space to bring it up ahead. Off to the far side. Would have been an odd man rush, but that's the second time now we've seen a dump in when there's been odd man numbers, but nothing much developing from it. As now here it comes on a possible breakaway opportunity for the Mustangs, and a shot and a goal! Luke Maher does it again. 1 minute and 1 second into period 2. It's 3-1 St. Rita.
Ryan, Luke Maher had the second goal for the St. Rita side, beat the goaltender to his glove hand, and that's definitely something that was on his mind, where now Luke Maher beats him to the blocker side. It looks like he was almost guessing there. It looks like we're going to get a goaltending change here for the Ignatius team.
So Cole Jackson, making his 5th start coming into tonight, is now going to get pulled. Ethan Laughlin now will come in, and this will be his now 11th game played this season. He comes in with a .935 save percentage.
I thought there was a chance that we might see that after the second goal. The bench was not pleased with the second goal, but certainly after that third one, savable shot, meet him just behind or just under the blocker. That's one that Cole Jackson expects to make, so understand the change on the Ignatius side.
So Ethan Laughlin now is in, and he tries to make a quick impact with that glove stop with 15:45 to go here in period 2. 3-1 St. Rita, and just surprising what we've seen out of the gates from St. Rita, just having that energy and just having maybe that extra stride that just St. Ignatius has been trying to look for, especially when they gave up that one that Cole Jackson sort of disallowed on his own end.
Ryan, you don't always see Ignatius getting beat in transition, and twice now that's pretty much been the case, and you can't let the Mustangs' leading goal scorer, number 22 in white, Luke Maher, get free like that, and he's going to make you pay every time like he has tonight.
And the Wolfpack even here a couple of times now so far in the last few minutes, they've been having issues getting it out of their own zone. So Maher gets the goal. It's now his 5th on the season, 2nd tonight. 17 points on the season for him. As off to the far point, Mustangs with another opportunity, centering pass there. Goes just wide, and we get a whistle, and I believe one of the doors to the locker rooms got jarred open, so that'll cause for play to be reset. Also notice with Max down there at bench level, he's doing a great job at assisting the doors to be opening and closing. So he's a man of many duties here for the CCHL network.
You guys know I get an extra bonus for being the door guy today, right?
Max,
so on top of the normal game rate, I get a door opener rate. So
Max, you talk about
the joke's on you guys.
You talk about getting some instincts from me. Usually the backup goalie is working the door, so that a boy. I didn't teach you that, but I'm glad you figured that out on your own.
From one Anderson to another. I love that working relationship.
Anderson, Fahey. Sounds like a law firm, guys.
That's you're kind of ruining it by throwing mine in there at the very end, but that's neither here nor there.
Hey, you're part of the squad. You got to be in there somewhere.
I know. Well, maybe not for a law firm name.
Maybe in the mailroom.
Yes.
Hey.
Part-time.
Everybody's important.
As this one is sent down to the Wolfpack end. And is it going to go for an icing? Yes, it will. 14.5 to play in period 2.
Let's talk about some hockey,
yeah.
Right? I feel like we haven't been talking
Instead of
about
other day jobs between
exactly.
the three of us, please.
Let's talk about some hockey here. We see Laughlin there. You made a comment on him trying to make an impact early. Usually when the goalie's been sitting on the bench for over a period, you're just trying to feel the puck. That's kind of why he throws that one down, even though that was going wide. And we see a face-off in the offensive zone here for the Wolfpack.
And they do not win that face-off. And the Mustangs have been rather controlling off of the face-offs drawn 2 here tonight. And that's worked to their advantage, creating some more opportunities than what we saw from the Wolfpack. From dating back to the start of the first period until now, it's been really all St. Rita ever since the first 5 minutes of period 1. As this one into the near corner, wristed out towards the near point. As the Wolfpack just looking for some kind of spark here, down 2 goals and a netminder change to go along with it. Again, if you're just joining us, Cole Jackson started but got pulled. And Ethan Laughlin now in goal for St. Ignatius. As in now for Ignatius coming in off that side there. And a quick shot, and it's going to go through. It looked initially.
Yeah, that looked like that. That was a
Yeah, I got the reaction was weird there. Let's take one more look at this. Yeah, I got fooled for a second based off of some of the Wolfpack's reactions, and you're going to see a great shot there, and that was a glove save. Some of the Wolfpack thought it was a goal, and the way that they celebrated, it looked like from our angle it could have been a goal, but bottom line, it's a glove save by Petrulius, so no goal. Still 3-1. Wolfpack did a little bit of a premature celebration.
It was weird, though. Petrulius caught that across his body and immediately put his
He got frustrated immediately. That's why I from our vantage point, it looked like that one may have skittered through, and he also saw a couple Wolfpack players celebrating, but no, it was still a glove save nonetheless, as the Mustangs now get it back out of neutral ice, trying to go for a 3-on-2, but couldn't get the puck cleanly. And now the Wolfpack look to counter back the other way. Shot there was blocked out in front initially. Good job there going down to a knee there by Nolan O'Malley, number 8 in white. As the Mustangs now will reset. It's the period of the long change. It's off the boards and almost got there to a chasing Danny Byrne, number 15. And this one is going to be a turnover in the Wolfpack again. We've seen a few of these here come up as of late. Oh, and a big hit down off the near corner boards. Wow. That's one way to shove a man down to get away from the puck. Laying the smackdown was Jack Perrault, number 34.
This Mustangs forecheck has been incredible. You talk about skating with this Wolfpack who's just got all types of speed. The Mustangs have been holding their own and really been taking it to the St. Ignatius team in the offensive zone.
Changes for the Wolfpack, and the Mustangs, oh, they almost caught the Wolfpack in a change, but the pass was too hot and it goes down for icing.
In a lot of ways, it feels like St. Rita's playing the game that we expected to see from St. Ignatius. The tenacious forward, making it difficult for the Ignatius defensemen. They're really playing Ignatius' style right back to him.
So a break there for the Wolfpack, as that was going to be another 2-on-0 breakaway opportunity. Had that long pass been recepted cleanly. And this one not going to be able to kept in at the zone at the far point. And it's back out at neutral ice, and the Mustangs will dump it back in. And they'll finish off a change, that being St. Rita. 12 minutes to go here in period 2. 3-1 St. Rita. The story so far, Luke Maher with 2 goals. Frank Consiglio also with 1 tally for himself as well. As this centering shot there actually hit off the left pad of Petrulius. And that one was a shot pass, deflected wide, pinballs around, and the Mustangs get possession back, and they go now the other way on the counter, but it's an eventual dump it instead. Laughlin now almost lost that one trying to ring it around. Almost deja vu what we saw with Cole Jackson. This one hits off the side of the net. It was stuck there momentarily. Puck still alive, centered there, hit off of a stick not once but twice. And I think Laughlin actually got 1 save on it initially. Back into the Mustangs' end. They'll try to reset off the boards. At neutral ice, the Wolfpack will get it. Mustangs finish off a change. Wolfpack are going to try to catch him in it. And a centering shot doesn't get off as that one was bodied away. Nicely defensively by Joey Rodriguez. And that one is shot down for yet another icing.
Guys, it looks like there seems to be some miscommunication between the Wolfpack goaltender and their defenseman. We saw it on the first goal, where Cole Jackson misplays the puck. But then we see it here again where Laughlin goes back and he doesn't know that his defender's kind of on that weak side behind the net. And that almost ended up with another puck in the Wolfpack goal from the goalie stopping it behind the net.
Wolfpack do win a face-off. It's one of the few that they've won here so far tonight. The Mustangs have really taken control from the face-off perspective so far here tonight. As we are now approaching 10:45 to go here in period 2. And another big hit late. It's the kid line that's out there. Tiernan Ryan laying it down, and we get a whistle. Guys. And it's going to be a penalty, as Max mentioned. And it might be because of that hit that I just alluded to, and it is going to be that.
Yep, the bench can't believe it over here for St. Ignatius. Thought that should not have been a rough. Ryan's going to head to the box.
We're going to get a replay here and see. It looked like could have been boarding. Took a few steps before he made the hit, but I know the Ignatius bench doesn't like that. It's a little ticky-tacky, but to the book, could have gone either way.
And it really hasn't been that physical of a game so far. We've only seen a couple of big hits. That's really the first, big hit that's been flagged. We've only had 2 penalties at this point.
So it has been rather clean from that perspective with penalties, as this is now the second power play attempt for the Mustangs tonight. It's off to the back now. It's Mancini leaving it left wing side, and a shot, and that one gets through. No, they're going to say no goal. No goal. They are waving off the goal. It will not count.
Guys, I don't know about that. That looked like that just beats Laughlin clean. I'm not sure if we can get a replay here, Jimmy, but didn't look like there was a lot of interference right there. I think that's what's going to be called.
Guys, whoever was in front of the goalie had his stick on the goaltender's pads. That's what the referee just said to the St. Rita bench.
I am mistaken then. Thank you for that, Max. We're going to get a replay here. Good puck movement. Works over to Maher. And
I don't know.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of
Don't shoot
contact.
The messenger down.
You
guys are the ones that see it up there. What the referee told us.
It was Jacob Moyer in front. It looked like he was outside of the blue paint and there was no contact. But
I didn't see a lot of contact here, honestly, myself. But a break there, a big one for the Wolfpack, as that goal will not count. But the power play still continues for St. Rita, and a great glove save made by Laughlin.
Sometimes the hockey gods even things out like that. A questionable penalty against you, and then maybe a questionable goal disallowed the other way. And right back at it, right after that disallowed goal. Great save by Laughlin, just trying to find his way into this game after coming in here early in the second
And
period.
he came out quite a bit there on top of that blue paint to make that stop as well.
Yeah, looked very confident with that save.
Minute 12 now to go here on the Mustangs power play. 9:48 to go in game time in this period number 2. 3-1 still the Mustangs with the 2-goal lead. Pinned up along the boards. Mustangs will get possession back. Puck's still now back behind the net. Center to the right side, and that one was blocked wide.
Looks like that just missed the glove side of Laughlin there.
Centered there. Oh, skate right, shoot left. What a power play goal. Nate Tracy makes it 4-1 St. Rita.
Guys, what a setup, and I wouldn't be surprised if St. Ignatius calls a timeout. We're going to get a replay here. Puck finds its way below the net, and great pass out in front. Number 14 in white, Nate Tracy with a great shot in on Laughlin. And guys, 4-1 here with 9 minutes left in the second period. I don't think anybody could have seen this coming.
And that's only his second goal on the year, third point on the season. So we mentioned with both of these teams, they even have other guys step up, whether it's due to injuries or illness. And 2 of our goal scorers from both sides have either just got their first point of the year or their third respectively.
Yeah, Max.
Yeah, Wes, I know you said the possibility of a timeout for the St. Ignatius bench, but you're not going to see it, and the reason is Spencer Montgomery wants his guys to play through this. He wants to find it on the ice.
And Max, as you finish that up, there's a hooking penalty immediately off of the face-off, so a much-needed power play opportunity now for the Wolfpack. So they're going to be on the man advantage for 2 with 9:24 to go here in period 2.
Yeah, great opportunity for the Wolfpack to get some momentum back here in this game. And we see Spencer Montgomery put his top line out there. Expect a lot of shots here on Petrulis.
Onto the back now. It's sent down to the right wing by the circle. Centered there in front. That one misses everybody. And now here come the Mustangs possibly. Ooh, they were going to have a shorthanded 2-on-1, but losing the puck there for just a few moments was Jacob Moyer. Gets a shot in, though, and that one is sticked away off of a nice save made by Laughlin initially. And the Mustangs going to play a little keep away and kill some time off of this power play that St. Ignatius has.
Not often do you see the best opportunity of the power play come from the team killing the penalty. Great save by Laughlin there.
And this is a Mustangs team. They come in hungry. They have not won in their last 5 games. They're 0-3-2. And they're looking for some revenge on top of it. When these two teams last saw each other back on October 20th, it was a close 3-2 Wolfpack victory that took place back on October 20th. So you know this has been on the Mustangs' calendar to mark down for quite a while.
Guys, Luke Maher has been an absolute pest on this penalty kill. That's 2 straight rushes up the ice that he completely disrupted and got the clear, wasted about 40 seconds.
And this one sent back in now to the Mustangs' back. And this one skitters into the blue paint initially, but not a true shot was taken off on it. And this one sent back to neutralize for a reset for St. Ignatius. 40 to go on the power play.
Mustangs doing a great job of clearing pucks in that crease area, really giving Petrulis a chance to recover on some steep angle chances in front of him.
This one given away there at the far corner. Boards! Puck still in front at the blue paint. Skitters around, shot there, and a power play goal. A much-needed goal for the Wolfpack, and it's now down to 4-2.
Looks like that puck just could never settle. As soon as I said that they did a great job of clearing pucks in the slot, it just looks like that puck couldn't find a clean stick, and Petrulis comes out to try and freeze the puck, and then 13 in black.
Actually, I think that's going to be Jack Reiner in 12.
Or 12 in black.
Yeah, I was just going to say, guys, it's not just a goal for Ignatius to get him back in the game, but it's from Reiner, who they really need to step up. We talked about it at the start of the broadcast with Klein and Reef both out. It's a big goal on the power play from a guy they need to step up and see more scoring from.
And he's been somebody that's been recently out because of that prior misconduct that he had not that long ago. So he had to miss a game because of it. And now he comes back and makes an impact getting on the tally sheet. And now the deficit's back down to 2 as that shot there is hit off the right pad there of Laughlin once again. And now the Wolfpack, maybe with some spark back in them, down by 2 as they bring this back into the Rita zone. Off to the far point. Shot in, that one blocked out in front initially. Still kept in on the backhand there by Moses Rogers, number 6. Backhanded centered, onto the back now, as it'll be still kept in along the blue line. Shot in looking for a deflection, stays in there, and a big stop made off a second chance opportunity by Petrulius. Wow.
Ryan, you said it. This Ignatius team is playing with all kinds of jump here. It was a great right pad save by Petrulis, and you can just see him recover easily. A good right leg push and recover it back into position. He's able to swallow up that rebound and get a save for his team that desperately needed it. This Ignatius team is all over the Mustangs right now.
And that was Lannon once again, almost getting that point-blank opportunity.
Whole new energy down on the bench here for Ignatius. They're back engaged in this game.
Yeah, you can see them all up on the bench again right now, Max.
Turnover in this zone. Ooh, that one almost skittered to the right side, but to no avail. And now it's the Mustangs coming away in a possible 3-on-2. This one will be sent back in along the boards counterclockwise to the near side. 6:50 to go here in period 2. A lot of action here so far tonight. This one shot in on that one. Laughlin with the right pad save. Second chance opportunity, and the Mustangs counter right back. It's 5-2.
What a response, excuse me. Brendan Harkins gets his own rebound and is able to beat Laughlin again. We're going to get a replay here in a second. But what a response by this Mustangs team. A lot of fight. Harkins goes blocker side, gets his rebound, and buries it to the glove side of Laughlin there. No doubt about it. An emphatic fist pump. Max.
Wes, you mentioned the fight, and I was just going to make the same exact comment. We weren't sure what we were going to see from the St. Rita team. It's our first chance to see them this year on the CCHL network. Middle of the pack, playing the top team, and they just continue to handle every punch that St. Ignatius comes back.
Make that the 5th goal for Harkins now on the year, 9 points on the season, and it is 5-2 St. Rita. And what an answer with 6:23 to go.
Yeah, we're going to get a cross-check for Ignatius. The Wolfpack are going to go back on the power play here.
And netminder comes out for the extra attacker on that delayed penalty, but now that'll stop. So just when the Wolfpack got their sails back within them, it gets taken away almost within the snap of a finger. And now it's the Mustangs once again back on the power play, up by 3 with 6:15 to go here in period 2.
Yeah, it seems like the momentum is changing back and forth. You talk about we always have a broadcast where they're scoring goals every 10 to 20 seconds. It feels like in this period there's, been 3 or 4 goals that have gone in and just back and forth. I mean, that's what you would want in a hockey game. Your team's responding, but this Mustangs team is really surprising everyone tonight.
There's also Jimmy Gracie called for that St. Ignatius penalty just a moment ago as well. So a cross-check on him as the Mustangs back on the man advantage. Under 6 to go now here in period 2. Onto the back, the Mustangs will keep it in, looking for another opportunity to add on to this 3-goal lead that they have. Up back around the net. It stays back there. O'Malley will look to center. Nobody home on the right side, as it could have been a point-blank opportunity. Bedke works it back to O'Malley. O'Malley looking for the centering pass there. That shot just wide over the crossbar, and this one will get back out to neutral ice.
Guys, that's the second time we've seen this Mustang team try and get that near side one-timer, and that's the second time it has just missed going in on that glove side.
Rodriguez lost it in the Ignatius end, and the Wolfpack will dump it down. They'll go off for a change with 56 to go here on the Mustangs power play. 16 shots on goal to 14 in favor of St. Rita. As this one turned over in their own end, almost a possible shorthanded opportunity, but the Mustangs do recover and they will reset as we now have under 5 to go here in period 2, 38 to go on this power play. And a nice feed up now to the left side. It's Harkins looking to center it, but that one had to be deflected back to the near side. Mancini works it to his right, onto the back. They'll be working to the right circle area, and the Wolfpack get a much-needed clearance there, and it's out at neutral ice. Now perhaps one final attack here for the Mustangs. 15 to go on this power play. Shot there is deflected wide and off to the near corner boards and back out of neutral ice. The puck careens 2. Mustangs will go off for a change, and the Wolfpack trying to catch him in it and trying to win a 1-on-3 battle there, trying to forehand and backhand and use his body to shield the puck was Jack Perrault, 34 in black. Had a good effort on that one nonetheless, as we now have 4 minutes to go here in period 2.
Great stick work by him just to get that puck in the zone as we see him again here on the forecheck.
It's the kid line back out there once again. Penalty now over as well, both teams at full strength. As on the back end, trying to keep it into the zone nicely. On that one there was Moynihan, and this one sent back down, and it will go for an icing.
Guys, we've seen Coach Spencer Montgomery go to this kid line to generate all types of energy and offense for this Ignatius team when they really need it, and something that you don't really see from 3 sophomores, and having that trust in your coach to bring that energy and that spark to a team that's got a ton of depth.
Aiden O'Brien on the faceoff for St. Rita. Wolfpack do get a faceoff win, though. As I mentioned earlier back in the second period, a lot of the faceoffs have been won by St. Rita so far tonight. Now this one's centered, and the Wolfpack looking for yet another answer. Then they need a bunch of them, down 3 goals, 5-2 with 3:22 to go here in the second period. Again, we'll stop for a short timeout as they will re-ice going into period 3. So we will get that extended break going into period 3, and Max Anderson will also have the opportunity to speak to the head coach of the Wolfpack and Spencer Montgomery to see what his team needs to do. Currently down 3, and now a possible breakaway opportunity here as off of a pad and a stop made by Laughlin on top of it, point-blank range. On that breakaway was Brendan Milzaki, number 25. And, boy, he had another great opportunity for St. Rita.
Milzaki with a ton of speed coming off that left end, and we see not 1 but 2 Wolfpack defenders selling out to try and help their goalie. But, again, Ethan Laughlin on top of his crease makes a great save to keep his team in it here in the second period.
So left wing circle draw. Harkins to take it for the Mustangs against Ventura for the Wolfpack, and it was Ventura winning that faceoff for St. Ignatius, as we now have under 3 minutes to play here in the second period. Puck Reams now back behind the net, a backhanded centering pass in the crease, nobody home. Puck now back behind the net once again. A couple players collide for it. Still within the possession of the Mustangs as a few players collide along the boards. Puck got stuck for a moment. Still hanging around. Harkins onto the back for O'Malley. Harkins again. He'll ring it in. Looking there for Moyer. Jacob Moyer looks to survey out in front, trying to backhand it in. Instead goes back out. O'Malley at the point. That one was shot wide, no deflection. And a centering passer hits off of a Wolfpack member out in front. Tipped in towards the net, and Laughlin stands tall. And we get some extra pushing after the play, but what a stance there by Ethan Laughlin in net.
Yeah, he had Richie Glenke just parked right in front of his grill. He made not 1 but 2 saves, I believe, off of a kind of a weird bounce in front. Tries to get a stick on it, and then great paddle down to just seal off that lower half of the ice and keep that puck from going across the line. He's made a few great saves since he's come in relief of Cole Jackson to keep his team in it. I know they're still down 3, but he has had 2 or 3 great saves off of rushes or breakaways that, really kept his team in the game.
Puck now stuck along the near corner boards as we now have 1:45 to go here in period 2. Wolfpack need an answer, and they would prefer to have one before this period ends. Trailing by 3 to the Mustangs, who are winless in their last 5 games coming into action tonight.
Guys, when's the last time Petrus had to make a stop? It's been all in the Ignatius end over the last 5 or 6 minutes.
I was going to say, we haven't needed to mention his name much, especially here in the second period. As this puck rang around, stuck behind the net momentarily, up to the far corner. A couple players collide. Puck still stuck along the boards. Another Wolfpack will join the fray as we approach a minute to go in period 2. Puck finally squirts out. Backhanded on in. Oh, and a nice feed. Oh, and a big save made by Petrulius. What a shot opportunity for the Wolfpack. As that one, having to do a 360 spin for a shot, was Mick Gilbert. And we get a whistle and a stoppage of play with 56 seconds to go here in period 2.
What a feed in front there, and an equally better save by Petrulius. Max, just as you say, we haven't said his name. He comes up huge with a great save within the last minute of this second period.
Does that count as the Caster jinx?
Yeah, as soon as you said it, I saw the puck come in behind him, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. I don't want any upset St. Rita fans to think that announcers or broadcasters jinx might come
No,
into play.
they love us because I got the Kazi Bear reference.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
we're good.
No, that's true.
I got us all the points we need for the
so
night.
we're +1 right now, I'd say.
This one staying on. It's centered there and into the back of the net. It went forehand, backhand, forehand again, and the Wolfpack get a much-needed goal, now trailing by 2 at 5-3.
Tiernan Ryan with a great individual effort as we're going to get a replay here in a second. Max, I can see you down there right in front of the bench, but great inside-outside move and just beats Petrulis to that far post. And there's some fight in this Wolfpack team right now, would you say, Max?
Yeah, I've been on the bench here next to Tiernan Ryan most of this game, and he's had a look in his eyes, especially the last 15 minutes or so, really wanting to get locked into the game and get his team back into it. He has not been happy, took matters into his own hands there and got them back within 2.
And I think that what we've seen in the way of St. Rita coming into play tonight is an aggressive play there by Laughlin off of the paint. He makes a stop with his glove outside the blue paint, and we get some extracurriculars after the fact. But what an aggressive play there coming out of his blue paint by Ethan Laughlin.
Wes, you're the official goalie consultant here on the CCHL.
Yeah, it's one of those where you have to make that decision early and you can't hesitate, and it looks like he just whiffed on the puck. I like the aggressiveness from him, but if you're going to come out of your net, you have to make sure you get the puck, and he did it, but he's able to recover there. And
I just don't know. Sorry, guys. I don't know if a butter.
Too many players are in the way for
yeah,
Max right now. He's pulling double duty.
Yeah.
We'll get back to Max a little bit
we'll get back to you in
later.
a second, Max. It's okay.
As the final seconds of period 2 are going to tick on down. He's in a high traffic area, you know, we can't blame him. And he's doing what he's got to do.
Hey, he's working 2 jobs too.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know how we're going to get him on the extra income, but that's a story for another time. As the final seconds tick on down, that'll do it for period 2. But what an answer to end period 2. Tiernan Ryan, 1/3 of the kid line, manages to get the Wolfpack back within 2. Both teams will come off. They'll re-ice and get us set for period number 3. We'll be back for period 3 action and more. It's the Mustangs up 5-3 after 2 periods of play. We'll be right back here on the CCHL Network.
Time of goal, 10:44 in the first period. Time of goal, 10:44 in the first period. period. Time to go in the second. Time to go in the second. period.
About to get set for third period action. After 2 periods of play, the Mustangs have a 5-3 lead over the St. Ignatius Wolfpack. Before we get to my guy Wes Anderson up here in the booth, let's go down to the benches with Max Anderson standing by with Wolfpack head coach Spencer Montgomery. Max.
Thank you, Ryan. Coach, you guys are down 2 heading into the third, missing 2 of your top scorers. How do you need it in the third period late on a Sunday night to try to get a win here in the CCHL?
Yeah, sometimes you have to make your own momentum, your own energy. It's a great opportunity for our guys to show we can come back and win a hockey game. There's no scenario where giving up 5 is going to work for this program, but I do like the circumstances for us to show we can come back.
You've been calling all game to get more pressure on the forecheck, harder on the forecheck, put more pressure on the back end. Why haven't you guys been able to get that kind of pressure that you're looking for in St. Rita so far?
Yeah, I think it's a dog without a bone mentality. You have to be hungrier than the other team. You have to want it more. Kind of that Sunday mentality can creep in. I think you're going to see something different in the third. Let's hope so.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Ryan?
Max, thank you so much. Wes, I'll turn it to you now. There was a bit of a spark at the end for the Wolfpack. Finally, they needed it. They needed to get something back to within their sails. It's a 2-goal deficit that they face. It's manageable, but what do we need to see out of this gate for the final 17 minutes of regulation time?
You heard Coach Spencer Montgomery say create your own momentum. You saw Tiernan Ryan with a great move, great individual move there to get his team on the board and get them back in this game, and they just have to play with a ton more intensity. Dog without a bone is a term I've heard a lot of playing growing up, and they just got to be hungrier. They don't look like the team that we normally see come out in black, and I expect a great push. They got outshot in that second period. I do not expect that again here. I expect our goaltender down to our left in white, Mr. AJ Petrulis, to be all kinds of busy. He's been stellar as well, and I think we're going to have a great third period in front of us.
Our technical director, Jimmy Moore, on the cameras, Matt Budin, Max Anderson, ice level, Wes Anderson up here in the booth. I'm Ryan Fay with you for our CCHL Game of the Week here on this Sunday night at the Fifth Third Arena on the west side of Chicago. We are set for what we like to think is going to be an exciting third period of play. The first place ranked Wolfpack, the 6th place ranked Mustangs in the CCHL. And here we go for period 3. The Mustangs 0-3-2 in their last 5. While the Wolfpack 4-1 in their last 5 games. As this centering pass there, that would have been quite a start to this third period. As this one on the back and a shot and a save made by AJ Petrulius. Getting a little scare there for the Mustangs 17 seconds in.
Yeah, I don't even know how he saw that through traffic, able to track that down. And again, the theme for his, as we see on the replay, number 2, Victor Ventura parked in front. A theme for him, though, A.J. Petrulis, no rebounds.
Yeah, and there was a lot of traffic in front that you mentioned, but was able to see that with ease, it appeared. He made it look easy, I should say, as this one on the crease, centered, and a goal just 29 seconds into period 3, and the Wolfpack are within 1.
Yeah, we hear the horn go off, and you see, is that number 2? Yeah, their leading goal scorer, Victor Ventura, puts up the 1, signifying that's just won this period, and I told you, A.J. Petrulis is going to have all kinds of fire coming this way. We're not even 29 seconds into this third period, and they are back in this game.
And guys, all set up by Tiernan Ryan. 2 straight goals. He had one right at the end of the second. Set up that goal there for Ventura. He is really willing his team right now back into this game.
So Ventura had an assist, now gets a goal. Ryan had a goal, now gets the assist. So both guys getting now 2 points on the night respectively. And we've got a 5-4 game as we just barely started a third period of play. And look out along the boards. Ooh, that was a scary fall into the boards. And there is a Wolfpack member down and injured, and they are calling for the medical staff to attend to the injured Wolfpack. I couldn't see who it was initially. I believe that was number 26 and Simon Moynihan,
guys,
26.
It's Cam Kuzma. It's down right. 19, Cam Kuzmala.
Okay, thank you for that, Max. And, yeah, he is not able to get up. And
yeah, it's quiet here in the arena. That's a nasty fall.
Sorry, guys, it's not Cam. It's Moynihan.
Okay, so we'll be
Moynihan.
That was Moynihan that took the scary fall. As the coaching staff even attending to Simon out there, who coming into today had a couple of points, a goal and an assist in 10 games played so far this season. And it looked like it was more of his shoulders and neck area that kind of collided into the boards. It's good to see he is able to move his extremities. That is always the first concern that you have. If there's one more way, Jimmy, we can just get a quick look at it to see if there was a possible trip that maybe just wasn't called or it was just incidental contact.
Looks like there is a Mustang player in the box right now. I'm not sure what the refs called on that, but let's see if we could get another replay here. No.
It looks like after reviewing it, we maybe are going to decide to err on the side of caution and not show the replay. So credit to our director, Jimmy Moore, for erring on the side of caution for that, as the medical staff still out there to Simon Moynihan, number 26.
Looks like
good to see him sitting up, though.
Yeah.
He is sitting up now on his own power, so that is a good sign to see. Again, 16-12
So, guys, we've got a 5-minute major and a game misconduct for causing injury. That is the official word down here, so 5-minute power play coming for Ignatius.
Looks like that's going to number 15.
That's Danny Byrne, who's already had a couple of assists tonight. So he's going to be sent off now, and that'll do it for his action tonight, as he'll be off to the locker room.
It's like some of the Ignatius players are helping Moynihan off his feet. It's good to see him up on his feet. That's always a scary situation. Going into the boards like that, glad to see he can move his feet, like you said, moving off his extremities, just hunched over in a lot of pain, and I hope he feels better soon.
Of course, these are rivals, but this is something that takes it beyond the level of rivalries and just the game of hockey. It's more just about the health and the well-being of the individual themselves, not just the hockey player that you see on the ice. So good to see him to be able to at least be helped off. He was able to at least get up somewhat under his own power. He was sitting up rather quicker than I think we were anticipating. So, boy, that just really takes the wind out of your sails for such a competitive game that we've had, especially at the start of this third period. And then we see that. So as that is reset, and I know Max will clarify this in just a moment as he's down with the officials right now, just getting confirmation as to what's been called. It was a 5-minute game penalty with the major for roughing, and then the game misconduct was because of injury. So the power play is still going to be for the Wolfpack for 5 minutes. So even if they do get a game-tying tally, that power play will still be in effect. So this full 5 minutes will have to come out in effect for it. In the box right now for St. Rita, because of the game misconduct ejection, is Brendan Melzaki, number 25. So he's going to be the one that sits in the box for 5 minutes. And just to clarify, I don't think there was anything else coming out of that, Max, as you were just confirming with the officials down there.
I think he's trying to get his earpiece back.
They couldn't hear me. It's okay. No worries.
But big loss for the Mustangs. Danny Byrne, one of their top point getters.
Heard you say my name, but there was a bunch of banging on the board, so I didn't hear what you said.
And we were just confirming nothing more than the 5-minute misconduct and then the ejection, obviously, because of the injury. Okay. All right, so we did get that confirmed. Thank you very much, Max. Is this one off the centering pass and a big stop there made by Petrulias as we kind of reset ourselves to get back to gameplay, as now, again, we are back to this game. It's a one-goal game with 15:55 to go here in period 3, and the Wolfpack with this great opportunity to try to tie it here on the man advantage with 4:43 to go on it.
Ryan perfectly set me up for that. Ryan Kismala finds his way into in the slot, and AJ Petrulias with a great pad save and able to freeze that up with, again, no rebound.
Onto the back. It'll go to the right side. As that one off a shot, that one actually sticks wide. That was Chinland trying to get the SOG and in for a game-tying goal, but this one will get round back to the back again. Possession time has been crucial here on this power play early on for the Wolfpack, staying in the Mustangs' end. And this one they will, now that being the Mustangs, eventually chip on down, and it goes for a clear.
A much-needed clear there, too, as we see the Mustangs get a change on that top forward line on this penalty kill.
Wolfpack come in once again for their second charge on this power play. Again, this is a 5-minute major, and there was the game misconduct given to Danny Byrne, and he will be out for the remainder of this game. Serving in the box for this 5-minute because of that is Brendan Melzaki, number 25.
And not just this game, he'll miss the next one, guys.
Yep, thanks. Yeah, there's also that, too. And that's something that happened with Jack Reiner for the Wolfpack not that long ago, too. So this is his first game back since the suspension that he had, and now we have another Wolfpack member down, and I think he took a puck to the face, it may have looked like, or a stick.
Looks like it might have been the ribs. I can't tell what number that is for the Wolfpack, but it looks like there was a clearing attempt, and he caught that. There's a spot in between the chest protector and your pants where there's not a lot of padding. Looks like
that's
30,
Jack Peralt.
Yeah, 34.
But he does get up okay, thankfully. That
might have just got the wind knocked out of him. And there's like I said before, there's a section where the chest protector doesn't fully meet the pant area, and there's some skin exposed. Looks like he just got caught right there in his stomach.
Yeah.
Boy, we have just had, it was scary just to see that again, because we just had the scary injury just a few minutes ago, and then you immediately see another player down like that.
He's going to be just fine, guys. There's a certain type of lost win there.
Christian Pulisic type.
The pelvic contusion.
The pelvic contusion type.
You were all over that on a Friday night, by the way, for our DePaul game that we did.
Oh, I saw it perfectly, and like I told you before, I've been watching the World Cup.
Oh, we know.
All week long.
Onto the back now, rings to the right side for the Wolfpack, who still have just under 3 minutes to go on their major power play. A chance here to try to tie it. Down 1 with 14 minutes to go here in period 3. Around the boards, counterclockwise, shot in from the circle. That one was blocked out in front of the Mustangs, do clear.
Guys, the Mustangs have done a great job of blocking shots. I think that's the third or fourth one on this power play, or penalty kill, alone that they've got in front of, really helping out their goaltender.
That one dumped in by Haynes. Far right point, that one still kept it in the Mustang zone, but then they eventually clear. So the penalty kill standing tall so far halfway through this major penalty. And the Wolfpack will regroup. Haynes was looking to go up ahead for that for Holla. But again, this is that kid line that we've talked about. That's something that head coach Spencer Montgomery has been glad to put back into fruition. And especially here now on the power play, down by 1 with 2 minutes now to go here on this power play.
Let's talk about Spencer Montgomery. We're going to get a tripping call.
And that's going to be a 5-on-3 now for a minute 54. So now a bigger opportunity looms for the Wolfpack with a 2-man advantage.
Yeah, guys, if you can't get it done here on the Ignatius side, it's not going to get done. You got almost full 2 minutes, 5-on-3. First 3 minutes of that advantage hasn't looked great. only gotten to like one shot in on Petrulis, but this is the game right here. If you're Rita, if you want to try to pull this upset, you got to get it done right here over the next 2 minutes.
Max, I know you talked earlier about how Spencer Montgomery doesn't like to call timeouts, but if they're able to get a lot of momentum on this first unit, wouldn't be surprised if he calls a timeout, gets rest for that top unit, and gets them back out again.
Ventura won the face-off. Onto the back. Shot into the left side, rather. It was going to be a shot. Instead, it's a pass. Circling on back, Jack Perrault had it momentarily. Good to see him back out there. Is this one shot in? Still alive in the blue paint. Puck still alive, and I think a Mustang defender's actually laying on the puck. It wasn't the netminder and Petrulius. That's why they didn't blow the whistle. We play on. Still in Ventura's now possession for the Wolfpack. Circles, waits, shoots, and he shot that one just wide.
Petrulius is out of his stick, too.
Big key to watch there. Onto the right side, same area again for that shot. That one hits off the high boards back behind the net, and the Mustangs get a much-needed clear, and we get a whistle, and now we're going to get a St. Ignatius penalty.
Huge moment right there as Ryan got ruled to have moved intentionally the stick of Petrulis. Huge moment in the game.
So that now goes from a 5-on-3 to a 4-on-3 for 107.
We get a great replay look at Petrulis just battling, trying to seal that lower part of the net. And yeah, you can see it on the replay there.
Trying to nonchalantly move the stick,
yeah.
But the officials were right on top of it.
The good old accidentally on purpose.
And Victor Ventura with the ultimate spin zone saying, hey, more space on the ice, we're better, we're fine, guys, let's keep going.
Max, I was thinking the same thing. This almost might work better in favor of the Wolfpack. There's going to be more space up top for them to move that puck and get a better shot on goal.
So this will be 4-on-3 hockey for now 55 seconds and counting in favor of the Wolfpack. Again, you can see on the screen a lot of penalty times now starting to fill up here. And we'll reset it for you as we go along. And a play off the board's a bit of a miscue. And now the Mustangs may try to counter shorthanded. And nicely done by Perrault to close that one out off the chasing attempt there from Nolan O'Malley. 34 to go now on the 4-on-3. A lot of open ice here for both teams. It will shortly go to a 4-on-4, and then it'll be a man advantage for St. Rita.
I have about 6 seconds of 4-on-4 play before that Rita power play kicks in.
One last rush here on this 4-on-3 possibly for St. Ignatius. And Ventura gets taken out at neutral ice. Good play there by the Mustangs. They stick with it. Almost a 2-on-1 as losing that one was Maher, 22 in white. As the major penalty now ends, it's 4-on-4 for about 3 seconds. So now with that being said, as I finish saying that, it's now a man advantage for St. Rita for the next 44. Still kept into the Mustangs' end on the near point. Perrault trying to body it up along the boards. Puck now stuck with a few players trying to tangle for it. And it's still stuck, eventually now out. It's still with the Wolfpack at the blue line. As that one was dumped back on in. Maher still corrals it, though, and his team will reset with 23 to go here on their power play. But the Wolfpack now having a neutral ice, a lost stick there. And there's going to have to be an immediate change because of that. The Mustangs send it back down again along the boards. 10 seconds to go here on the man advantage. A lot of neutral ice play here during this last 45 seconds. As the final seconds of the Mustang power play will tick on down. Wolfpack have possession. Both teams now are at full strength, 5-on-5.
Crazy little moment there for a few minutes of a bunch of penalties. And like you said, Max, this Mustangs penalty kill holds up on that major penalty.
Yeah, the 5-minute major and then abbreviated 5-on-3. All the momentum swings back the Mustangs' way.
Oh, that was a scary deflection. As right in front there on the right side of the paint was Mark Daly, and he did not, it went over his stick, and Petrulius had to keep paying attention to it after the fact.
Great pad save by him. You talk about blocking shots for your goalie. You don't want to give him some extra work with the tricky.
And you gave me that look of amazement in addition to that as I was looking at the play on the left side of the ice, saying, like, how did that almost nearly get through? Because we already had almost an essential own goal earlier by Cole Jackson, who, mind you, got the start in net tonight for Ignatius. So it's been quite a story here from what we started with the first period to now as to where we are at with a 5-4 St. Rita lead, as this one is sent back down to the Wolfpack end, and they'll finish off for a change.
I don't think any of us thought this was going to be a game that wasn't going to be filled with drama, and thought that we were going to have another player down, number 9 in black. Looked like he was injured there for a second, but he gets back up, and he's going to play on.
That'll be in Jack Eber who now has the puck, as Wes just alluded to. Shot it off the left wing circle area, and an easy stop made by A.J. Petrulius.
I think A.J. Petrulius is happy to get a whistle. You talked about that back and forth here in the neutral zone and how that puck's been bouncing quite a bit, not only in this period, but also in the second period, just due to the ice conditions, and able to kind of corral his team, kind of take a deep breath here as he talks to the ref and really lock in for this 8 minutes and 54 seconds we have left in the game.
Left wing circle draw. It's won by the Mustangs. And they'll get it out now to neutral ice. They got a 2-on-1. Oh, and trying to go. It was from Maher to Jedlicka for a breakaway then on that point, trying to split the difference, but Maher intended to pass rather than not skate it in.
Great stick by Jack Perot there to keep a breakaway from being created right there.
Onto the point. That one deflected maybe twice. That one just over the crossbar.
Wicked slap shot from right in front of us.
Yeah, you could. That had some speed on it too, as this one does skitter out to neutral ice. As we now have 8:15 to go in a 1-goal game. It was 5-2 St. Rita at one point, but the Wolfpack have slowly crawled their way back into it, down by 1. Still work to be done though, as this one is going to get through neutral ice, and that is not going to be an icing. A lot of the Wolfpack thought it was going to be, but we play on nevertheless. Up ahead now, it's the Wolfpack into the Mustang zone. Ryan on the backhand. That one hit off the right pad of Petrulius. Didn't have much to do with that, as this one almost stolen away in the Mustang zone. Flipped around a couple of times. That one is going to be an onside play, so the Wolfpack can still get it if they choose. They try to. That one over the boards, hits a Mustang on the bench, and play will stop.
You see number 19 in white, Richie Glenke, hunched over. Looks like he took a shot right in front of us before that play ended. Max?
Hey guys, before that last face-off draw, Spencer Montgomery got everybody on the bench together and said, we need to play focused hockey. No hero hockey. Get the puck in deep. No look passes. If we're going to win this game, we're going to do it as a team, not with fancy individual efforts. He wants his team to work and believes, trust the process, and they'll get the result they want.
Well, right off that face, so that one sent back into Petrulius, who has to make the stop with 7:33 to go here in period 3.
Yeah, expect them to give everything and anything on net to really make Petrulius work here with 7 minutes and 33 seconds left in the third period, as we're going to redo that face-off.
It was going to be may have been a false start on the face-off, and I think they were pointing in the direction of St. Ignatius, so somebody else will have to do the draw for the Wolfpack. And instead, it's going to have to be Danny Heidkamp, 23. And it'll work, though. He wins the faceoff. Right point shot. That one almost was deflected. And Petrulius had to make the right pad stop. And the Wolfpack will get it back out of neutral ice, and they'll reset. 7:22 to go here in period 3. And that's going to be an offsides. Jumping in there just a hair early on the side of St. Ignatius was Mick Gilbert.
And you hear Spencer Montgomery on the bench screaming, urgency, urgency, trying to turn that puck up immediately, get that puck right back in the offensive zone, get some pressure on this Mustangs defense.
So now the draw happened just outside the Mustang zone. Landon to take the face-off against Maher, and Maher wins it for the Mustangs. You can feel the tension building as this third period goes along with this 1-goal game that we have, and a possible breakaway spin-around shot was turned away and aside by Laughlin. Still in the Mustangs, they keep the opportunity and the pressure going, but the Wolfpack will steal it back instead in their own zone. What a chance there for the Mustangs, and Gavin Jedlicka, who did the 360 for a shot, and Laughlin was able to make the save.
Great reception by him, and the spin move was fantastic, and the pad save by Laughlin was even better. Some great hockey both ways from both teams.
Puck now to the far boards. Kept up, and a big hit along the side there, but the Wolfpack will maintain possession. Long shot attempt in from outside the blue paint was blocked down in front, and the Mustangs will ring it back into the Wolfpack zone. 6:20 to go. 5-4, still St. Rita with the lead. In a crucial CCHL showdown that we are having here tonight. Go way to spend your Sunday night here on the west side of Chicago at Fifth Third Arena for some CCHL rivalry action.
Been a great game thus far.
It has. And we get a whistle and we're going to get a penalty. With exactly 6 minutes to go, it's going to be the Wolfpack going on the power play.
Interference as Colin Chinlin came into the offensive zone. He just got checked, nowhere near the puck. Huge opportunity here for Ignatius.
Yeah, Frank Consiglio is going to sit for interference. Ref's giving him some words right now. There might be some confusion on who that penalty is for. I didn't think it was Consiglio, as Richie Glenkey's going to sit for 2, and a great opportunity here for the Wolfpack to tie this thing up. They weren't able to do it on that major. They get another opportunity here, and expect that top unit to really go to work here with 6 minutes
and
left.
Max pointed this out earlier. They really had that opportunity to get it done on a 5-on-3, and they didn't. But now they've been given another chance here with the man advantage as we're now under 6 minutes to go. Centering there, right in the front. Still kept in. Nicely done with the blocked right skate there. Courtesy on the point was number 19, Kazmala, and that one is stopped on the right side for Petrulius to make the save.
You talk about this new opportunity. You can see the intensity and the change and just the pace and how they're moving this puck in terms of this Wolfpack power play right now. They look like a completely different unit than they did on that major penalty just a few minutes ago.
Wolfpack win the face-off, keep it in the Mustangs' end. Chinlin looking to center it, can't find anybody. Ventura now, left wing circle with the shot. That one was sticked wide. As Tiernan Ryan lost it along the far corner boards. Nicely done defensively by Jacob Moyer to stop that. And it's sent back down for a clear as the Mustangs go off for a change. With under 5.5 to go in period 3, 1:22 to go now on the Wolfpack power play. Still 5-4 Mustangs. Mustangs looking for their first win in over 5 tries. Wolfpack settle. Perrault with the point shot on the near side. That one goes wide. Second shot there. Went over the back of Petrulius ahead of the blue paint. And this one's still kept in. Perrault on the back. Right circle. Tipped in front. Still alive. And a couple of sticks and an eventual clear.
I don't think A.J. Petrulius ever saw that shot. Just really good positionally, allowing that puck to hit his body and make a great save in front.
45 to go on the power play. And this one, the Mustangs send it back down again. Wolfpack will go off for a change. And they'll hope to get a couple more rushes still here with the man advantage. 4.5 to go here in regulation. Ventura skates around a couple defenders, but wasn't able to do any more after that. And another Mustang clear. 20 to go on the power play. And perhaps one final rush for St. Ignatius. Reiner with control of the puck. Gives it off to the near side. Center there, nobody home. Second chance for Ventura. He came in with some speed on that shot. That one rang around wide. Penalty now over. Both teams at full strength. Under 4 minutes to go in period 3.
That shot missed the near post by about 4 inches, guys. We almost had a tie game right at the end of that power play.
And off now on the left side. And now it's the Mustangs trying to clear. They can't initially. Shot up was blocked in front. Wolfpack trying to keep the pressure on. 3:40 to go, and now it's out to neutral ice. As the Mustangs, they almost had a breakaway opportunity. That puck just got wide there. Frank Consiglio, centered shot there, and a pass in front was deflected and away. Here come the Wolfpack now, trying to almost catch the Mustangs in a change. They got to wait, though, that being the Wolfpack, because there's still a player in the zone that needs to come back, so they avoid offsides. 3:15 to go. Wolfpack trying to get the man advantage. Shot there out of the glove of Petrulius. Play still continues. Center there out in front, right at the edge of the blue paint. Nothing doing, though, however. Puck now rattled behind the boards counterclockwise. 3 minutes to go in period 3. Shots 29 to 20 in favor of St. Ignatius. They've really been putting the pressure on here in period 3. And Wes, you got to imagine at some point Ignatius may think about pulling their goalie for the extra attacker, as this one will go down for a much-needed Wolfpack ice.
I will say Spencer Montgomery, one of the more aggressive coaches when it comes to pulling his goaltender. We've seen him do it quite aggressively on many occasions. We saw it in the Thanksgiving tournament just a few days ago where he, down 3 with 8 minutes to go, and a power play pulled his goalie. So he's not afraid to think outside the box on that front.
Ryan, you must have been reading my mind, because as that play was going along, I looked down to my right to see if Laughlin was still in the net. I was thinking that he might be coming out soon. Max, you make that point. Spencer Montgomery.
And on the wraparound, we're tied! Tiernan Ryan squares us at 5 with 2:43 to go in period 3.
Before I can even get it all out, 3 quick shots by the Wolfpack. And this game is tied right off the faceoff. You talk about winning a faceoff, 2 shots, and then able to sneak it past Petrulis, number 27, in Ryan again, being a huge factor in this game, beating Petrulis to that far post.
He had 3 goals coming into action tonight. He has 2 already. And we get a whistle, and I think we didn't have everybody set for the face-off, so we'll have to redo it.
The last 3 goals for Ignatius, 3 unanswered. Set up. 1 was set up by Ryan, 2 scored by Ryan. We talked about it multiple times now tonight. He's absolutely locked in right now.
So you're saying it's good to have a name Ryan in your first and or last name. Got it.
I mean, he's back on the ice again. Spencer Montgomery's really going to ride him out through the course of this game to get that win for the Wolfpack.
And it's part of that kid line that he talked about with us pregame that has really been into the effect. And Max said it, 3 unanswered. And remember what the feeling felt like here at Fifth Third Arena, how it felt all St. Rita, a big hit along the boards, and a Mustang slow to get up. No call, we play on. 2:10 to go here. It's Ryan again. Could he be going for the hat trick? Oh, look out there. A big collision. That comes off its moorings. Play is stopped. And there is a Wolfpack member down, and I think it's Ryan.
Guys, I had a lot of traffic in front of me, but it looked like a cross-check almost to the head to the player on the ice. Is that Ryan that's on the ice?
Yeah, he's the one that's down.
Do you have a replay of that up there? That looked nasty after the play.
Yeah, it looks like he was trying to take that puck hard to the net, almost try and go across the crease as we see Petrulis and Ryan hug there. Ryan beats the defenseman.
I think he got hit from behind, and then he was also bracing for impact. And he was actually sideways in the air, Max, as you were wanting to clarify that. I mean, that was a scary fall. Good to see he was able to get up okay.
Yeah, it looks like he ran out of real estate, too. I don't think he realized how quick he got in on net. He was trying to pull that across, and I think as he looked up, he realized that he was about to meet the post there.
And a timeout's been called as well. I believe it was by St. Ignatius. So 57, or this timeout is going to continue for the next 57 seconds. Bottom line, though, I think just to that play to confirm, I don't think there was a lot of intent there from Ryan. I think he was just trying to put on the brakes for his own safety, not really try to go in hard on the net.
You can see after, too, he gave Petrulis a nice little hug. I think they both acknowledged that he, like you said, just ran out of room, and you could tell he was trying to avoid the goaltender as he was going into the crease. And that's what they call going hard in the paint. He just ran to the post. That's a tough. I know that doesn't feel good, but that's what you got to do. Get to the dirty areas and really try and bang that puck in.
What a night for our CCHL game of the week. It was 5-2 St. Rita. It's now tied at 5-3 unanswered by the Wolfpack. And they did this, that being the Wolfpack, with so many man advantages that they didn't even capitalize on. They did this on an even 5-on-5 strength hockey to tie it at 5.
If you had told me that they have, 3 or 4 power plays here in the third period and they'd capitalize on none of them, I wouldn't have thought they would be able to get back in this game. But that just goes to show you the depth that this team has, that they can really do it 5-on-5 or with the man advantage, and that's what they've been able to do tonight. Max, I know you were down there in that huddle with Ignatius. What were they talking about?
Yeah, they're setting up a play here. Won't say too much about what they're looking to do, but they're trying to set up a face-off play here. Be really aggressive, try to get the puck towards the net. But definitely had something drawn up over here.
So the draw now will happen right outside the Mustang zone. 2:07 to go. Again, CCH rules are as is. If we remain tied, well, I'll get to that in just a second. Possible breakaway opportunity, but it's just out of the right stretch stick of a Mustang. There is going to be a penalty on St. Ignatius. Extra attacker comes out for the Mustangs. Out of the back, now to the right side, it's Mancini, and this one blocked out in front and sent down. And now it's going to be the Mustangs on the power play for the remainder of regulation.
One thing I can say, that was not the play that was drawn up. I can absolutely confirm that. A huge mistake off the face-off draw. Ignatius behind the 8 ball now.
I know the Wolfpack faithful don't like that call, but that is the correct call. Couldn't see who the player was that committed the penalty, but that was definitely a slash.
Yeah, that was Jack Reiner. So he was one of the unsung heroes that they didn't want to talk about hero hockey, as Max pointed out earlier, but he did get a goal that got the spark going for the Wolfpack, and now I believe the officials are still conferring on the call.
Max, are we getting a penalty shot? No, never mind, 2 minutes.
Okay, so it is just going to be a 2-minute minor.
I think
no one's made any official word yet.
Did St. Rita? Yeah, it's a slash. St. Rita might have called a timeout.
No official. No, I believe they're going to give it a penalty shot. It is a penalty shot. Gavin Jedlicka will have the honors with 1:51 to go. Clock obviously will not run on this sequence, but what a lot of twists and turns in our CCHL game of the week.
Couldn't have drawn it up any better than this, huh?
Ethan Laughlin, who didn't even get the start tonight, has the chance to make possibly the save of the night. Tied at 5, 1:51 to go. It's a penalty shot. Here we go. Jedlicka, who has an assist already, looking for goal number 2 on the year. Can't get it! Laughlin with the stop!
Looks like Jedlicka just ran out of real estate. He tried to lull the goalie to sleep coming down that right side. As you do, get him moving a little bit, and a few stick handles in front. As we see here, looks like he tries to fake glove side, come back to the blocker's side, and Laughlin stays with him the whole way. And an emphatic right pad save to keep this thing tied. What a celebration by him, too. Looked like Carey Price, back when he was still on the Montreal Canadiens, he would celebrate after those shootout wins in a very similar fashion.
Mustangs do win the faceoff, though. So, again, now it will not be a man advantage because it was called a penalty shot. So we do now have 5-on-5 hockey here for the time being. Again, if we do stay tied, CCHL rules will go. We will play overtime 4-on-4. And if nothing is to be concluded after overtime, as that one goes out of play towards the Mustangs bench, we will end in a tie.
I was just going to make the point that St. Rita has actually tied 2 of their last 3 games, guys, so still some time here, but I don't know that I've ever seen that in a high school season with 3 ties in 4 games. I'm sure Rita would love to break that with a win here.
Yeah,
that should clarify as well. Sorry, guys, it is going to be a 4-minute overtime if we get to that point with that 4-on-4 hockey. So it'll be 4s across if we get that far. But we still got 80 seconds of hockey to go. You never know. With the way this game has gone, I don't know what to expect for the next 80 seconds, as this one was centered in, and that one, a big hit along the boards, cleanly I should say. Ryan will get it back, shot there off the side of the cage. Puck still ping balls around, still stays in the zone, shot there, a couple of moves, and the Wolfpack get the lead with 64 seconds remaining. Victor Ventura, 6-5.
And who else but their leading point scorer? I don't know how that puck found its way to the front of the net, but some nifty hands looking like 88 in red, Mr. Patrick Kane, forehand, backhand, and scoots that around A.J. Petrulis as we get the replay here. Fakes glove side and just puts it around him, blocker. And do you love the celebration here as St. Rita's going to call a timeout.
Like I said, I didn't know what to expect for these final 80 seconds. And then, of course, 16 seconds later, the go-ahead goal. For a team that was down 5-2 in this period alone, they've managed to get 4 unanswered and now have the lead with 64 seconds to go.
Talk about a resolve of a great team. Head coach Spencer Montgomery even said it. They're going to have to find a way to get back in this game. I asked Max earlier, should they take a timeout? And he said no, they're going to have to figure out. And boy, have they. You mentioned those 4 unanswered goals have come all 5-on-5. The grit and determination of this team to come back. It's just amazing. But you said it earlier. Everything could happen in this 80 seconds. And I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if both teams score again. Yep.
So let's reset the stage. If you are just joining us, you've missed a heck of a CCHL game of the week on this Sunday night. 2 goals now from Victor Ventura, 2 from Tiernan Ryan, a power play goal from Jack Reiner, and 1 from Andrew Lannon. As you get one more look at that go-ahead goal that we just had moments ago. 6 goals for St. Ignatius. For the side of St. Rita, 2 from Luke Maher, 1 from Brendan Hawkins, 1 from the Kazi Bear, Frank Consiglio, and a power play goal from Nate Tracy is how we're at the 6-5 standstill that we have with 1:04 to go. Shots on goal 32-20 in favor of St. Ignatius. Wes and I have mentioned it. There's still a lot of hockey to go. And the way that this game has gone, who still knows what to expect? There's a lot of time still for St. Rita to make something happen. Assuming if they win the faceoff, Wes, you're a goaltending guy. Do they pull the netminder here?
I think as soon as they get a rush up the ice, A.J. Petrulis is coming out of their net, but first they got to get decent possession going up towards the offensive zone.
Well, they get it back to neutral ice. We'll see if Petrulis gets pulled, but they can't get possession for a second. They have to send it back into the Wolfpack end just to try to keep some clearance. They can't get a full possession, though. 40 to go. On to chase it is O'Malley, and it's going to go down for an icing. So that could loom large here with 38.6 seconds to go. Petrulius is coming off the ice, so it's going to be an empty net and an extra attacker out there for St. Rita.
You see O'Malley gingerly going back to that puck, making sure it gets across the goal line and get that icing here, as there's a great opportunity for this Mustangs team.
Maher takes the face-off against Ryan, and Ryan's going to win it. Back into the Mustangs, and it goes. It still is alive for the Wolfpack. They work it behind the net with under a half minute to go. Empty net, still the extra attacker for St. Rita. 22 seconds to go. Up with it now, going ahead is Mancini. Trying to play it up in front for O'Malley, but can't. Maher can't win it at the blue line. 15 seconds to go. They try to dump it back in, but to no avail. Wolfpack get it on back. Ryan had it for a second. Another send-in doesn't work. Final 7 seconds remaining. That does not stay on sides. Ryan gets it back. Backhands it on down. The final seconds are going to tick on off. And what a win for the top-seeded St. Ignatius Wolfpack.
You see Ethan McLaughlin, emphatic. What a great save at the end of this third period to keep this thing square, and then his team goes back almost immediately the other way and scores the game-winning goal. And like we've said before throughout this game, what a game this has been for the CCHL Game of the Week.
It was 5-2 in the third period. 4 unanswered goals have ended us with a Wolfpack 6-5 victory. They are now have won 5 of their last 6 games. And the Mustangs, who have been struggling over their last 5, still cannot find the W. And now will fall to 4-6-2 on the year. And the Wolfpack improve to 13-1 and still leading the pack of the CCHL. Max Anderson will be standing by with our player of the game and the coach as well. But, I mean, I don't even know where you start with this, considering how we started tonight. There was a change in goal at one point on the side of the Wolfpack. It wasn't looking good, but they found a way to win.
Right, a great start by this Mustangs team. I think we have to give them a lot of credit, especially early on in that first period and a half. And then this top-seeded team in this CCHL, this Wolfpack team really just started to go to work. And like you mentioned, those 4 unanswered goals, this talks to the depth and the strength that this team has and the resolve that they have to come back in a game like this.
So much action changed from the first period to the second and even to the third. And one of the members that got the big impact on that was none other than 1/3 of the kid line, and Tiernan Ryan, who's standing by now with Max Anderson down on the ice. Max, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Here with Tiernan Ryan. Tiernan, you in that first period, and you had a look in your eyes like, we're not letting this one get away. The last 3 goals, you had an assist, 2 of the goals. What for you took over in this game?
I'd say we wanted more than that. I mean, coming off a tough loss to Bennett, we weren't going to let that happen again. We wanted to just really bring it back here. And when we went down, I'm just like, yeah, you know, someone's got to take control. And so luckily we had me and Vic. Me and Vic decided to step up and take care of this for him. So here you go.
Perfect segue. Victor, get in here. So you guys are missing Charlie Reif. You guys are missing Corbin Klein. You guys were behind the 8 ball, down 3 goals, entering the third period. First, what was Spencer's message in the locker room? Let's start there.
Very strong message, very good, got us going. And yeah, we just knew that. I think everyone knew deep down we were going to win the game, but we really should have found it in us. And first shift, we got a goal, and then we just kind of knew that.
On that game-winning goal, what did you see? You ended up with the pretty much wide open right in front of the net. At that point, it becomes academic.
Colm Chillen made a great play, stick check. Just put it right on my tape, had a lot of time, and yeah, just put it in. It was a great play by Colm.
Awesome effort, great comeback, guys. Go enjoy with your team. See you down the line. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Max, thank you so much. And a much-needed breather now comes for St. Ignatius. They just had that game on Thursday. They lost. They come back here, get the home win tonight. They get a week off. They'll take on Marmion next week. Meanwhile, for the Mustangs, in what you can, I guess, consider this to be a gut punch loss, given how this one ended tonight, they get a more of an extended break before they go back home and host Brother Rice on December 15th. But either way, we had a great night of hockey.
A great night of hockey, to say the least, here on the west side of Chicago. And you could hear it in Tiernan Ryan's voice. He's exhausted. I know you're exhausted. You've done a great job up here. It's been a mouthful just trying to get all these names out and just trying to keep up with all this action going back and forth. So, yeah, like you said, a great night of hockey on the CCHL, and it's been fun. Max, I don't know if you can hear me down there as you do your little penguin walk back towards the other side, but what a night we've had here
can't believe we did that to the man like that.
Here at Fifth Third Arena. That's my boy. He knows I love him.
What a night of CCHL hockey that we had here tonight. Again, final score, St. Ignatius 6.
Hey, real quick there. I'm not letting Matt Booten off the hook either for focusing the camera on me. I got you, Matt. Ryan, close us out.
St. Ignatius 6, St. Rita 5 for our great technical director, Jimmy Moore. For the cameraman who gets caught by doing every little thing that he does, Matt Booten. For our guy down on the level who gets made fun of for his penguin walk, Max Anderson. For my guy up here in the booth, Wes Anderson. I'm Ryan Fay signing off here on the CCHL Network. So long, everybody.